What's up, my fellow weirdos? Welcome to the Weird Girl Findings. This is Naomi
and Syria,
your neighborhood weirdos. Welcome back to the Weird Girl Findings. This is Naomi
and Syria,
where we talk about everything weird and relevant.
Yes, and if you like that, please like and subscribe and listen to our other videos. Also, we have a podcast that's on Spotify, Apple Music, and pretty much anywhere that you can find podcasts if you're more of the listening type.
Yes, so we have some hot tea about the Olympics, so let's just get into it.
All right, well, the good news first, Team USA, our girl Simone Biles, she got another gold in the vault. I think she has like 10 Olympic medals. I think that probably makes her the most decorated, or at least one of the highest. She's like, I always support her. She is amazing to watch. Like 12 feet in the air. Like, how does she do that? Like, how does she have the power?
She's spectacular.
And,
I love her.
Yeah, and she like hurt herself in the qualifier, and she still went out there and did it. So I'm glad she got over what she was dealing with, that she had to leave for the last Olympics, and she came back even stronger for Team USA. Cheers all around for her.
Woo! Around the world.
Now I know there's some other tea that's been going on.
White woman tears has to cease. If somebody beats you fair and square, baby, they beat you. You got your ass rocked, whooped, defeated, and you cried like a little 3-year-old who lost their binky. Like, oh my goodness.
And the thing is, she didn't even last 46 seconds. She got up, like she got hit twice and was like, I'm done. I can't do this.
Yes, she was toast because she knew what was happening. And it was her getting her ass beat. And people from Italy, where she's from, they pumped her head up saying, oh, you're the greatest, you're the greatest, thinking that she would always win. Entitlement.
Yeah.
Privilege. And she didn't, and she cried like a baby. And she's going to say that this woman, what's her name?
Imane. Sorry, K.
You know.
Yeah, Imane. She.
Just because she beat her, she's transgender.
Yeah, and that's ridiculous.
When she was born a woman.
She was born
She's stronger than you, so sorry.
Okay, so what was it? Like, where is she from? Algeria?
Yeah, Algeria.
Something like that. It's like, they wouldn't have a transgender person represent their country.
Because it's illegal there.
Yeah, it's illegal there. I think it's like a Muslim state. Like, you're not going to have a transgender person representing a country like Algeria. That doesn't even make sense.
At all. We saw pictures of her when she was a child. That's definitely a girl.
Yeah, and then what's crazy about it is that when I first saw this story, it said, whatever the other girl's name is, steps out after 46 minutes. And when I went to the comments, or seconds, and I went to the comments, and then everyone's like, she did the right thing. This has to stop. The liberalism has gone too far. The woke crowd has taken over the world. All of this stuff, like, when is enough is enough. They should be banned from the Olympics and all this stuff. And it's like, but she is. So I went to the article, read the article. The article said nothing about her being trans. I went and looked her up, and I looked up is she a woman? There was nothing about her being a man. And then I saw those kid photos of her. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, so where are people in these comments? And it's on Facebook, so only the old people use it now, conservative old people.
Seriously.
Like, because I barely get on it, but I just happened to be scrolling and I saw it, and I'm like, where are y'all getting that she's trans? Like
where? Okay,
because she had a high count of testosterone, but this year she was tested and she didn't. So I'm confused.
So, what? And didn't they say that she has some type of brain issue or with her head, a head issue? The Italian girl, to where she had to consistently get her head checked to see if she was able to fight.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
So maybe you got some mental issues.
And then
you need to.
What's crazy about it is that she was saying like, oh my God, I've never been hit that hard in my life. And it's like, this is the Olympics, baby. Did you expect them to hit soft?
This is big dogs.
You're literally
the big league.
The best fighters in your country.
Well, why so you're the best fighter?
Oh, why would you not expect to be hit hard? Like, why would you sign up to be in the Olympics for boxing and then tap out after you get hit in the face? That's crazy.
The other Italian girls were weaker than you? Wow. That says a lot about your country.
I bet somebody else would have been fine. Like, because I'm confused how you got your ass beat. Like, you got hit in the face twice and was like, I can't do this. Like, what are you talking about, girl?
You just got beat up. Like, take the L and move on. Don't cry about it. And I think she gave some, like, half-assed apology.
Yeah, she tried to apologize and was like, oh, I'm sorry for whatever I caused. And it's just like, that's crazy. That you really did all of that for no reason.
Literally. Because your ego was hurt, your ass was kicked, and you felt shame. But we all go through it, but we don't vocalize it like you did.
And you could have stayed in the fight. You looked weaker because you walked out. You could have maybe not took a TKO and just kept fighting, but you called it yourself and was like, oh, I can't do this. I just got hit so hard. Then don't box, maybe?
Don't
pick
a different sport. Your scene then, you know?
Go on baddies or something where they like have security
fake
and
fight,
stuff.
like, yeah, go
pull hair. That. Maybe that's what she like, pull
maybe
hair. Maybe
like that.
Like, I don't get it.
This is the Olympics.
Like, even if, let's say this woman didn't have high testosterone ever, and someone else, she was just a regular woman that could fight, you would have had the same reaction. So it's like, it doesn't make sense.
I don't know.
It makes no sense, really.
I'm trying to understand how she's thinking, but it still doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
Like,
and then this whole like just jump to be like transphobic in this like transgender hate train. They didn't even know she was a born woman, so they're like, yeah, do we have to stop this? And these are people that are in America on Facebook defending this Italian girl from nothing.
Like, what? She's not even in our country. She's not representing our country. Shouldn't we be worried about people that are from our country instead of other people's country? Oh, because she's a white woman with her white tears, it's more significant. We should be on her side versus the colored. Okay, I got it. Did I cover it all?
Yeah, no, we pretty much covered it all. There's like nothing more to the story because it came out that she was born female and that the girl apologized, and that's that. But
case closed.
I know that there's people out there that are still spreading misinformation. I know all of those people that were commenting on Facebook, they're probably not going to change their stance. They're probably going to just say, oh, well, I might have been wrong about this, but they still means that they shouldn't have trains in there. But it's like, but they're not. So you're complaining over something that doesn't exist. Like, you're literally, like they literally be crying over things that they make up.
Mm-hmm. And it's called delusion. But they actually believe it as being true.
Yeah.
And that's kind of concerning.
Because it could happen. It could happen. They could start letting men in. All right. I mean, sure.
I really wanted to say something mean, but I'm not. I digress.
All right. Well, in other Olympic news, have you heard about that guy?
Okay.
He is a list.
What? Like, seriously?
His name was Steven van der Velde. He's a Dutch beach volleyball player. Mm-hmm. And he R-worded a 12-year-old back in like 2016 or something. Heck? Yeah. So he was convicted in 2016. He only ended up serving 13 months in prison.
Why is this like a pattern? Sex offenders get less time than people that rob.
Yeah.
Or, you know,
caught with drugs,
beat somebody up. Like, is this discreetly promoted within the government? Like,
yeah, and he's from the Netherlands, and it's like, I understand that they be like lenient on certain things, but what I don't like about when I hear stories about murderers and rapists in other countries, they can do like 10 years because that's like the most they can give them.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can kill someone and get out in 10 years. That's crazy.
Really?
Yeah. But no.
But okay. How do we, because sometimes things are self-defense.
Mm-hmm.
So if you kill someone out of self-defense,
that's different. That's just defending yourself.
That should get less time, I believe, than someone that was just maliciously killing someone.
I don't think you should get time, but they also do have manslaughter, and manslaughter is like you'll get less time and stuff like that. But I mean that's a different situation.
Yeah.
But this guy,
I feel like they would have some type of law where they would put them in jail. I've seen it. like
if somebody was trying to kill him. I mean, you know what you can just do if you want. What you could do is you can just put on like a black uniform and then have like a little badge. Then you can kill whoever you want, and then you won't go to jail.
Ah, gotcha.
That's how you do it.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
I have to consider that.
I don't know. I mean, you also have to consider having the complexion for protection.
I think I'm too dark.
So if you don't have that complexion, you know, it might not work.
I'm just category of them wanting
it might not work.
To like be aggressive towards. I would never call a cop.
Yeah, we're not doing that. They're doing
shoot
too much.
Me in the face because I turned. Because I blinked, because I'm human. Like, what?
Like, you tell me to take out my license and registration, I reach for my license
and you shoot me. The fuck? You told me to do that.
Like, you told me to.
Up.
Like, what? Is this a game? Is it fun for you? What?
Do you get satisfaction or something? Like, I'm so confused. Like, are you bored? I feel like there's other crime, like people killing people. Like,
stuff
you gonna stop me because I went 2 miles over the speed limit?
Like, what? People are constantly dying and like doing bad stuff. Why are you pulling me over and then killing me? Like, what?
Why do you have to kill? Like, just give them a ticket or put them in jail. You just want to kill them off. Like, goodness.
Makes no sense at all. But that's just my opinion.
It's mine too, because what?
Yeah, no.
I want to say something
else. Why
don't
they just start killing pedophiles? Like, if it was just like, oh, we found out you raped somebody, pep out, and accidentally shoot them. I just don't get how these people are still alive, but then like someone who was unarmed and like, why don't we just kill those people? Like, I'm not saying it's right to kill people, but some people we could do without. Maybe
we could, especially those type of people.
You know, not people who may be having some type of mental breakdown, or just might be like minding their own business. Like, it's just too much stuff going on in the world. But with the Olympics, though, everyone was giving outrage about that girl, but then it's like, are you paying attention that there's an actual rapist that's competing? And if I was in the Netherlands, I would be so mad that is who is, you know, representing our country.
Right.
Like, that's disgusting. But when he came out, the people on both sides were booing him. So the people in Netherlands, they don't like him either because the victim actually came out and it was like she pleaded against him competing, but they still allowed him to, and they knew it wasn't like it was a secret. They actually went to the board and they were like, oh, well, it's been years, so like not even a decade, it's been like 8 years, like we'll be fine, like stop playing. He's good, he's a good volleyball. I'm like, you don't have any other volleyball players in.
He SA'd a 12-year-old.
Yeah,
that's disgusting.
Yeah.
Like, ew. And then my kids are watching the Olympics and watching a pedophile right in front of their eyes. Like, what?
Yeah. That's disgusting. I do think that, like, in the U.S., for the most part, we wouldn't allow this to happen. Now, there may be a case where they find out somebody was in it, like, had raped or had been SAing people and it was never reported. But I don't think they would have someone who is known, like, charged. but you never know because there's a lot of things that go on in our sports world, like with the NBA players, NFL players, like, you know, like maybe they could possibly be involved with, you know, like the M word. They could, you know, and they still play NBA. So
it's
like,
just
they could
crazy.
have someone.
It's like if you're, you know, a celebrity or into sports, you're highly worshipped.
Yeah.
And I don't get it because you're mortal just like everybody else.
Yeah, but they pump their heads up and they are like, celebrities are treated on a higher standard, now it's starting to like decline. But when you raise someone to believe like, oh, I'm so much better than everyone, I mean, how do you think they're gonna act?
Yeah, they're gonna act like how they were nurtured, basically.
Yeah,
it's like, oh yeah, well, my dad said, you know, I'm the best, and so they're gonna believe that they're the best all the time.
Athletes, I mean, I know that you weren't in high school, but you think about athletes where it's like they are kind of like given higher like they could not do their work and still get a good grade because they have to play for the game, and you can't play in a game if you have 4 Ds. So if you're failing 4 classes, you get kicked off your team. So they're not gonna fail those classes.
Yeah, they're gonna get somebody to do their homework so they can stay down and still be like a mule to sports.
Yeah, and then also like we have to wear uniforms every day. But the sports people on their game days, you know, they get to wear their track suits and their outfits, and they walk around the school like, hey, yeah, it's a game day, and everyone's like, yay, we love you. So of course these people think they can do whatever, and and then also if you're just a normal girl and say something happens to you and you say, oh, this guy did this to me, they're not gonna believe you over the guy that's getting us, you know, 10 touchdowns. I don't know.
I don't know.
But they're doing things that sound good in a sports manner. Yeah. They're not going to get rid of them.
Exactly what you said. But we have to think about it. Football is like big in America. Yes. So they're going to worship its players, the ones that perform, entertain them. It's all entertainment purposes. Like,
yeah,
they're going to get away with killing your mama
they could get away with a lot of stuff, and I mean, except when it's like too much and there's too much evidence, like Aaron Hernandez and things like that. But I mean, look at O.J. Simpson. You know what they always say, like, you know, if you're black,
stay black.
No. Well, they always say like, oh, black men, they're out to get the black men, and black men will always be arrested and stuff. But you know what we also have to consider? Because, you know, money does talk. So
BS walks.
I mean, a lot of people allegedly believe that he did it. You know.
What do you believe?
Or he had something to do with it, and he got off. But you know why? He was rich, and he had a whole team of lawyers fixing that stuff for him. So it's like, and then after that, he was able to do whatever he wanted and go rob people and stuff. Like, I don't know. He went to jail for robbing someone years later.
What?
He went and, you didn't know about that?
No, I didn't know about that one.
But he was like a little bit, you know, years later, he's older. I think he had sold, or someone had sold his memorabilia, and he went and robbed his memorabilia.
I do remember that.
That's why he was in jail.
I do remember that, yes. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
And then Bill Cosby getting back out.
I mean, he's already old, like.
But it's like, you did that.
In peace, you know what I mean?
You're not arresting. OJ is though.
Oh, you know, why are we going through the list right now?
Okay. I'm sorry. He is though, but I mean, it is really good for OJ though, because he can finally rest knowing that his wife's murderer is dead. Just saying. Rest in peace.
Tag her in. What? Okay. That was pretty dark. I like it.
So,
anyways. So, speaking of bad things to our precious children, there is this predator going viral that he lives in a tiny home in some type of, I don't even know, Iowa, Idaho, something like that. And he is a registered sex offender.
mm-hmm.
And he only served 3.5 years in jail. And he bluntly told everyone, all of the world, TikTok, that he wants your offspring, your young, to teach them how to make love. And he said, yes, the 10, 11, and 12-year-olds.
Some gossip and some drama that you can salivate over, I can give you some. Yes, I am a registered sex offender. I spent 3.5 years in prison for assaulting a 12-year-old girl. What I have learned about all of my experiences in this is that the only thing that I did wrong was confessing and cooperating with the police. Nothing that I did caused that girl any actual harm or injury. In terms of scientific cause and effect, nothing that I did caused any harm or injury to this person. And that's the fucking truth. What I did do, or what I kind of started to do, was teach this young woman about love and about the art of making love. And that is why I went to prison. Because we live in a capitalistic society. A society that says, you know, we don't make love, we make war. We make capitalization and exploitation. We don't do love here in America. We are a Christian society. We don't do love. We don't teach our children how to make love. We teach our children how to make war and how to capitalize upon each other and how to exploit each other. I will stand on this statement to my death. In fact, I'm going to take it even a little bit further for the sake of your dramatic appetite. It is my goal, my aspiration, to teach your offspring, your young, how to make love. Yes, I'm talking 10, 11, 12 years old. I want to teach your children how to make love. What you're doing is teaching your children how to capitalize and how to exploit. Therefore, they do not know how to make love. They do not know how to live in a love-based social system. I've lost all hope for the adults. There is no salvation for the adults. They're not coming back from the fucked up trauma that they've experienced. But there might be hope for the young generation. That they may be able to learn how to live in love instead of living in capitalization. There is some hope for the young generation, but I have no hope for you adults, none whatsoever. As far as I'm concerned, you were a total fucking write-off. My life's aspiration is to teach your children how to make love. If you are threatened by this, come and get me. I'm gonna keep pushing until you take me out. Fuck you.
Why? That is disgusting.
Let's give a moment of silence for this bullshit because that's disgusting. That's horrific. Like, you would proudly say that? You know you could get in trouble, right? Oh yeah, the police were called.
But why only do 3? What did he do? I don't want to know what he did, but why only 3
He
years?
said that he did it like this, like so condescending. I assaulted a 12-year-old.
Did you or did you not? It sounds like you did, sir.
That makes
So
me
if you
so
assaulted a
pissed
12-year-old, why are you only getting 3 years?
It's I'm saying
I'm
it's
not
a pattern.
understanding.
It's a pattern with these sex offenders that they care more about them because I feel like the government is tied in all of this scandal of S's. If you know what I mean, if you catch my drift.
No, like that is disgusting. I feel like once you have been, I just don't feel like you can be rehabilitated, and I feel like
At all.
caught
You should
and
say
you're actually
that
acting on it.
underneath the jail.
If you're actually acting on it and you've been caught acting on it and you've hurt one child, I don't think 3 years is enough.
I
It's
think
not
75 years is sufficient.
Yeah, because they're just gonna get out and do it again. It's been proven time and time again. You know when we watched Bailey Sarian, and they say, "Oh, he was arrested and for for a child, or all these other things, and served 4 months and got out, and now he killed 60 people." Like, why did they even let him out? There's been so many cases like that.
Like, y'all are trusting in the wrong people. I don't know what your reasoning is, but it's faulty and it needs to change because
They were like,
why? That could have been prevented.
he's a good kid. He's 25.
He's not. He killed.
He
killed so many
did
people.
laundry, and so we're letting him out on good behavior.
It makes my eye twitch. Like, I don't get it.
It's disgusting. I mean, there has to be something that we can do that just stops this from happening, because no one should be able to go to jail, end up in jail for years for something that's like not even that serious.
But you're going to take away a child's innocence and traumatize a child and only get a short amount of time, and then just to get out and do this disgusting thing that you're doing.
Talking about, I want to teach your kids how to make
First
love.
of all, you're not coming nowhere near my kids.
Why do you need to teach a kid how to make love? Who taught
For
you?
his own fantasy.
For what? Just let kids be kids, and then when they get older, they figure it out like the
But
rest
he
of us.
has some sickness in the brain that's telling him he's attracted to children.
And you're on, and that's what I don't like. Is I don't like when people blow this shit up. I mean, it's just like, when you do not make stitches of this person, make your own
don't
video.
give him any type of
because
clout.
the more, because he's, they're like, okay, we're gonna take away your views and the way you make money, but it's also like, if you go to their page and you leave comments, that's gonna get them attraction.
Yeah.
That's gonna get them money.
That's gonna get them money. So stop all of that. I know you just like upset. You like, well, you want to tell them off. Like, why would you do that? But it's just feeding more into how he makes money. We don't want him to have anything.
Yeah.
At all. Like,
Just
that's disgusting.
Living in the woods in a camper
You should. I mean, he should be secluded, honestly.
Yeah,
but behind bars, like, let's not give him any type of freedom.
in the hole.
Like underneath the jail. Let's go with that option. Because what?
Yeah. No, that's disgusting. I don't want to deal with people like that. I just feel, like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
I don't know.
You know,
The system is pretty much fudged.
it's broken in a lot of different places. But speaking of the system and the government and everything, how do you feel about the upcoming election now that Biden has dropped out?
And Kamala is in.
She's in.
She is in, and I feel like she'll win.
Ooh. That's a little manifesting spell. Like manifestation spell.
I feel like Trump is off of his rocker. He needs to take several seats.
Yeah.
Before he becomes dizzy and loses more of his mind than he already has.
I mean, people have been saying Biden is too old. Trump is literally 3 years younger than him.
3? I was about to say 4. Like,
So-
you're not that far behind. So like, shut
he's
your
too
mouth.
old, and we do not need old men running the country
He'll
anymore.
just be like a puppet when he loses his mind. Like, it's already lost like 75%. But when he loses the rest, he's controlled. Like, it's somebody else's agenda. It's the Project 2025's agenda, MAGA, KKK. Come on, let's call it what it is. Agenda. Like, so they're gonna try to use him, even though he's not there in the brain, to execute, and that's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
We're not going back. We're
not.
moving forward.
What is wrong with progress? What is
People
wrong
are
with
scared
change?
of it because it's new and they have never experienced it. They're used to
Why do we want to go
life
back?
as it is.
Why do we want to make America great again instead of just making America better?
Let's make America better.
Like,
It was never great because of all the things that transpired, like with indigenous people, genocide, atrocities. Like, come on.
Yeah. Great for the rich people does not mean great for all people.
Yeah.
Like,
and without all people, there would be really no people, and then you wouldn't have superiority because there would be no one under you.
yeah, and that's why I think they keep the poor poor.
Yeah.
Because you can't be the rich if everyone's rich.
That part. So they have to, let's like keep an equilibrium, but it's no. Like, people shouldn't suffer just for your glory. Nobody cares about you, especially when they're struggling, and then the majority of the country is struggling.
Yeah.
So why would we care about your life? We don't.
We could do so much better. I feel like America has the resources to help people, and we just don't want to, and we make life harder than it has to be. And
just to keep that hierarchy.
Yeah, I mean, we need to work on some things, and I feel like these things can be worked on. One of the things I feel like Kamala might do is maybe help us become more green and eco-friendly. Now, I feel like she hasn't spoke about that, or people don't know about this, but one of the bills that she was like the main person that pushed under Biden was to like donate a lot of money into like fixing the roads, fixing stuff, and even donating a lot of money into basically trying to mass produce EVs, like electric vehicles. So that like the average person doesn't have to buy a Tesla to drive an electric car. Now, if that initiative is still, ongoing, that might be actually kind of cool, because they would make them affordable for someone like a normal person to go and buy a car, and it would save us on fuel and all this other stuff. So that would be interesting. I would love to see us utilize that a lot more.
Yeah.
But I know that's going to just take some time to slowly transition to something like that.
Yeah,
but not that long, because we went, like, the Industrial Revolution, when you think about it, is not even that long.
No, that's true.
So maybe it'll
be a brighter, eco-friendly place for us.
Yeah.
And she's younger.
And she has more views, like some good views. I agree.
He's just like afraid.
It's funny. He's not. I can't wait to this debate. They're gonna have to debate.
He said he's not doing the debate.
But
like, I don't know if he has a choice.
Because why did you do the debate against Biden?
Because he came up with all these anecdotes of like attacks.
You wanna know the funniest
thing?
Sleepy
Joe, he's too old.
The one thing that I don't get is when the Republicans say stuff like, oh, you shouldn't vote for Kamala because she was locking up people and locking up black people when she was a district attorney, and she was heavy on crime. She said she was going to be heavy on crime. And it's just like, okay, she should be when it comes to certain crimes. And two, don't you guys like people who are heavy on crime? Then does that mean you should vote for her?
Yeah.
Like, why are you using that as an argument point for us? You're trying to make it seem like people like us wouldn't want actual criminals to go to jail. Like what?
Make it make sense. Not make it great again. Make it make sense first and foremost. You need to understand the reasoning behind what you just said.
That'd be cool if we had a red hat instead of Make America Great Again. Instead make it make sense.
Yeah, make it make sense.
Oh my god, that'd be cool.
That would be cool.
Actually, we should not put that in
there. Make it make sense.
Because hold on, I can do that.
Yeah, we should cut that out.
Yeah, make it make sense.
Yeah, make it make sense.
No. Wait a minute. So, Andy Beshear is our current governor.
Yes, he is.
And he's been he's been putting on for Kamala lately.
He has been showcasing himself.
Well, one, he's just kind of been putting on for us, like for, you know, since
For-
it's been
for
voted in.
Kentucky, we love him.
And
Uncle Andy.
He went in on JD Vance. He was like, he's a fake, he's a phony. He said he has no convictions.
But his running mate has 34.
He got
He
me.
ate without
He
one.
really
He
did.
ate.
Like, he really thought he
He
ate.
had
And
a
he
se-
did.
He did. He had a serious face, like, I'm not playing.
And that woman said, okay. No, that cracked
He
me
went
up.
in and on.
They're grasping for straws. Listen, JD Vance is a phony. He's fake. I mean, he first says that Donald Trump is like Hitler, and now he's acting like he's Lincoln. I mean, the problem with JD Vance is he has no conviction, but I guess his running mate has 34.
He did not let up. No
And
mercy.
The only thing, like, that would be great. Like, if he, because, like, I love me some Uncle Andy. He's been great for Kentucky. He came out to our job
Yeah,
once
that was
and
cool.
spoke at our, like, opening of our building. Like, that was so cool.
It was cool. It
But-
was cool.
Like, do you want him to be gone?
No.
Like, he's good. Like, because what if, like,
There's that other guy. Where's that other guy? Joe? And I don't remember. From Pennsylvania. The other one that she was, like,
Yeah.
considering. He should go.
take him.
Take him.
Because we don't
We
need no
need him.
red belly state.
This is already a Republican state. And it's
Yeah, we
horrible.
don't need a red belly slithering their way into
We need a
his
Democrat.
spot.
They're making things better
Yeah,
for us.
we need
for
him
the people.
here.
We the people.
We kind of need him, and then maybe
Yeah.
he can do something in the future.
Maybe he can become
But
president. Shoot.
In the
Like-
future, like maybe, but we need him here, or we need someone like him here. And I don't trust Americans to make the right call, or Kentuckians to make the right call. It was a close one. We got him. Like,
Yeah, like
you know, we need him.
ceasefire. Like we need to keep him close because these other options ain't it. Like they
Yeah.
ain't it.
So I mean, that'd be cool. But you know, she does have other options, and I do think she's gonna win because I feel like a lot of people weren't here for Biden because he was old and stuff. Well, a lot of people say, I'm not gonna vote. I'm not gonna vote. I'm really just not gonna vote. But now that Biden has dropped out, I've heard a lot of more people have said,
Why do
well,
you
now
say
that she's dropped out, I think I'm definitely gonna vote.
Yeah.
I've like at work, I've spoke to many girls and women and just other people
This
in
is
general
inspiring
that
for
said,
women.
you know, I wasn't gonna vote because they're both old men and I really don't trust either one of them. And now they're like, Kamala, you know, I'm gonna vote.
Yeah, definitely. Like she's inspiring Black women,
Yeah.
women of color to stand up for themselves because like essentially the right side is trying to take away women's rights and you can't own our body. Our body
Yeah.
is not your property.
It's definitely not. And I really think that this could be a good turnaround point for us. I know that they have been saying like rumors about her previous sex life and things she might have done in the past, but honestly, what is that your business?
Yeah, and what does that have to do with right now?
And then how do we know if any of this is true?
It could be fabricated, just like, what's it called, Fox News?
Yeah, like fake news. Like this could be everything that you guys say that, like you guys don't want to believe anything that we say about Trump, so we don't have to believe everything you say about her.
Bye-bye.
Like there was a whole situation with the dude, Montel.
Was it? I think it was Montel Williams.
Yeah,
like
the
she had,
TV show. Like she was supposed to be dating him.
Yeah.
And they said, "Oh, look at him, her and him and this young woman. They must be doing threesomes." Turns out it was his daughter.
Y'all assume
Like
too
y'all doing
much.
too much. That's his daughter. Like no, they're not having weird threesomes. Like why
Like,
even
no.
just go to the lengths of making up something like that? Like that doesn't
Do
make
your
sense.
research. Like get to know people. I don't get it. But anyway, I think that is all for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And please tune in for the next episode as we will talk about something completely random and go into several tangents. And you'll be taken for a ride. So, until then, stay weird, y'all.